So, hello everybody. This is your stay-at-home grandma. It's brought to you by TLC, Ticino, and other things. And I wanted to come on tonight because I'm excited because I did some planting, indoor planting, and this is what I got. These are scallions, and I cut them off. Now these were babies. I cut them off from here. Let me show you. I cut them off here, and this is how they've grown, and they've grown well, and all you do is put water in them. Okay, so these are the first ones that I started. It's been about 2 weeks, so I'll use some of them tomorrow and just keep cutting them. And they say you'll have scallions forever after I empty the water out. The one thing I learned, though, is that the water starts to stink, so you empty it out collectively like every other day, but you keep watering it because it does drink up the water. And then this was the romaine head of lettuce. Now, this is what I had left, so some of it's brown, but if you can see, the sprouts are coming up right there, right here and right there. You can see those very plainly. And I started studying, well, just looking on YouTube and other places and reading about indoor gardening. And because I didn't garden as much, I have on my deck all my herbs and things like that, but I didn't garden as much. Other than my herbs because of the stroke and because of the arthritis in my knees. So that means I can't get down. I can get down, but I can't get back up again without some help. So my husband's going to build up that particular side of the yard so that I'll be able to stand up and do it because he did it in the front. So in the front I have roses and chicory and basil, I believe, because he did it so late I didn't plant. But what I'm going to do, okay, is, really work on it. God lets me live in the spring. I'll really work on it in the spring. And then also, hopefully, that will be done in the back, and I'll work on the back in the spring as well. And I never did because I didn't have that much dirt yard. I have a brick walkway in the back and everything like that. The shed's back there. But I didn't have much yard, but I had enough, to suffice for what I wanted. So, I'm happy. I'm really happy about the scallions, and I've been doing a lot of studying. So I'm going to get the celery and chop that in half. In fact, my daughter bought some celery yesterday, so I'll take her celery stalks, the bottom of them, take about that much from the bottom root, put that down in the water, and actually do like window gardens and put some things in the basket and put the baskets up and actually, have my own little garden of things that I like to use all the time. So I don't have to run to the store all the time. And one of the things I found out was, they're usually things that like scallions and celery and lettuce and stuff like that we use all the time. So, if I can have a replenishing of celery and those kinds of things, because I do live in rural, it's kind of out there, and there's only a little mom and pop store. And believe me, they don't carry romaine lettuce, nor do they carry scallions. They have onions and those kinds of things, but they're really expensive. We have a couple of restaurants, but who wants to eat out all the time? But I'm just thrilled because, like I said, this is my first time trying indoor gardening, other than a couple of plants here and there. And, I have bamboo plant and some other plants and stuff like that. But I had plants indoors, but I kind of stopped that years ago, because it was nothing that was frugal to me. If I'm going to have plants, I might as well have plants that I can eat. So usually what I do is I put my herbs outside for the summer. About this time, in the next couple of weeks, I'll bring them in. Now, this scallion, the one thing I would say, the water needs to be changed. You need to change the water. You need to keep water in it, make sure that it has water in it, but you need to also change the water like every other day. And you put them in, bottom without holes. You put them in these things, and then you change the water, and they grow. So having said that, I'm really quite pleased with what I did with it. So again, you want you to follow me, as I do my little DIYs. This is a DIY. I'm going to actually write a little like ebook on it, stuff like that. And, just, things that you can do when you're retired. You look for things to do. And when you're what they call semi-disabled, because I drive and everything, but I do get tired and those kinds of things, you look for more things to do. And as much as I love to read, you can only do so much reading in the time frame. So I like to keep myself busy with painting and all that. And by the way, the shed's coming along slowly, but it's coming. So I'm going to actually, my daughter has decided, I told you if I probably prayed real hard, or either that or my daughter saw the YouTube, that I would ask my daughter to actually get me a camera. Okay, and she was talking to me about it the other day, and I said, well, I could take a camera around and everything like that. So she was actually going to buy it for me today, but I had to go over to the store, and stuff like that. But, I'm going to have, my camera, and I can run that around and get my little tripod and, become a professional. Just think, me, a professional in the movies. All right, so I'm not in the movie, and I don't care because I don't want to be a movie star. Okay, I got to tell you this. I'm going to go. Years ago, I sang in a band, and we opened up for a lot of really famous actors, acts. Okay, and singers, whatever, and I liked it. And I took my kids with me as I began to go, but, as I began to get further and further in school, I began to like that. And I made money, but, not the kind of money that Julia Childs was that was a cook. Okay, but I had other things in mind. I don't like getting up that early in the morning. I hate rehearsals. Okay, I hate dancing. Although I took dancing when I was little, not the kind of dancing that you do. They do strenuous dancing. When you're a singer, you have to dance behind. Oh, it's awful to me. So I don't think that I would be an actor or an actress. I would like to do a commercial. That's on my bucket list. I don't know what kind, but if anybody hears it, like Stroke or something like that, where they do all these commercials and they pay all these big-time actors and actresses to talk about their parent having a stroke. Try getting somebody that really had a stroke. And maybe I'll write to them. But anyway, I don't want to be an actress. But I like you too. And I like you. So whenever I do something or I discover something or I rediscover something or I'm making something, I like to share it with you. So again, this is my baby. My baby's having babies. Look at it. I can't lift it up and everything because I'm on the laptop still. And then again, here's the scallions. So look for more. And so I'm going to see you later. God loves you. Okay? Tomorrow's Sunday. But if you don't go to church, be the church. Okay? And it takes a lot for anybody to be the church. You have to forgive. You have to forget. You have to move on. You have to, my daughter says I have an attitude. I've had an attitude since I was about 3. Now, my attitude actually started when I was 8. Well, that's for another time. And we'll talk about that. But I'm going to say right now that God loves you. I love you too. I will see you later because I'm getting ready to wrap it up and get ready for church tomorrow and go to bed. But who knows? I might be on tomorrow night. But, hooray for my scallions. I love vegetables, so my daughter doesn't think I eat enough of them, but that's her. But I know the one thing that I'm prideful about is the fact that they actually grew in the house without dirt. Who knew? I've seen it done, but to do it for yourself, who knew? But I'll tell you this much, there'll be a lot of that around the house. So good night. God bless. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Hopefully, if I get up in the morning. I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.